On May 4th, 2016, then U.S. President Barack Obama traveled to Flint. This is a majority African city in the U.S. state of Michigan.
Flint's recovery is everybody's responsibility. And I'm going to make sure that responsibility is met.
Obama flew there because the public was in an uproar after 115 people were killed and children were showing cognitive and growth delays after Flint's water supply had become contaminated with lead and Legionella bacteria. 7 years later, on November 2nd, the Michigan Attorney General's office said it would end all prosecutions of those implicated in this human-made disaster. That means several lawsuits filed against the state and the city will be dismissed too. So how did this happen? Well, in 2014, the city of Flint went bankrupt. And to save a few bucks, the city changed Flint's water source and avoided applying chemical compounds known as corrosion inhibitors to Flint's old water pipes. Outdated infrastructure like pipes, roads, and schools can be found in African-majority cities across the United States because of government neglect. The result was that the chemical element known as lead began to leach into the water supply, exposing around 100,000 residents. The Michigan governor declared a state of emergency on January 5th, 2016. So when Obama came to town 4 months later, this was the reaction.
It's finally here. We've been waiting. Once he can make a conscious decision to push this with urgency.
Thank you for caring for us, Obama.
But what he did next shocked everybody.
Can I get some water? Come on up there. I want a glass of water.
Get a bottle. Bottle water.
I want a glass of water. Everybody settle down. This is a feisty crowd. Thank you. I really did need a glass of water. This is not a stunt.
But it didn't go over well with the citizens of Flint.
There was an audible gasp in the audience. People were just like absolutely dejected. Why would you do that?
Many felt Obama tried to downplay the crisis in Flint.
It felt like he minimized like what people were actually going through and struggling with.
Obama's visit lulled the public and the media moved on. This would begin a 7-year-long song and dance of contractors, local officials, and state agencies. The money for repairs and restitution would come in, contractors would get their piece, a little work would get done, the money would dry up. Today, thousands of Flint residents are still waiting for authorities to replace their lead-lined pipes. City officials have blamed the pandemic for supply chain issues. They've also blamed contractors for, quote, poor record keeping. Childhood lead exposure causes a reduction in intellectual functioning, academic performance, and problem-solving skills, as well as an increased risk of attention deficit disorder, aggression, and hyperactivity. Yet, the developmental effects of lead exposure can take years to appear. What's been done to the city of Flint has come at a high cost to Africans and other poor people. But now, it appears that no one will ever be held responsible for paying it. As the climate crisis rages on, billionaires, industries, and financiers have begun to engage in what is being called the Great Water Grab. These entities are buying up the world's water and snatching land rights. For example, Nestle, the multinational beverage and soft drink giant, has been reaping billions of dollars in profits, $4.5 billion in 2022. In 2017, the multinational corporation only paid around $200 a year to the state of Michigan to use this natural resource. From Haiti to Chad, from Newark to Niger, from Jackson to Djibouti, a natural resource as abundant as water and as critical of a human right remains privatized and out of the reach of African people.